So you want to fertilize your garden organically, but the cost of store-bought organic fertilizer is astronomical. Here's how you can make your own. So first, get a large 5-gallon bucket and get yourself some really good compost. It can be store-bought or it can be like ours, and it could be from your chickens or your food scraps. Put 1 part compost in your bucket, doesn't matter how you measure it, but it's 1 part compost, and then 10 parts water. No special water, just water. And after you pour that into your bucket, make sure you give it a good stir. It should look something like this. And in the process, try not to break your tripod. That was really annoying. I was trying to get a good angle, and well, guess that angle was a little low. So I have this stick I use, it's like a wooden dowel, and I just gave it a really good stir. Now you're gonna wanna stir this a couple of times a day, and it should look something like this. The sediment will go to the bottom, and after about a week, keeping it out of direct sunlight in a warm, dry area, you're going to strain it. Now I just used some screening and I tied it to the top of the bucket using twine, and I just poured it into the other bucket, and this did pretty well. I would recommend double straining if you're doing this. I found that it was a little bit, it still had some like dirt sediment in there, especially once I kind of like pressed the moisture out of the bottom sediment. So really I would do a double strain on this in the future. You can see this is the sediment that was left over, and then this is what the compost tea looked like after it had been strained. Keep in mind this is a single strain. I would double strain this in the future. So now it's time to use the lovely compost tea. Your brew is done and you can go ahead and fertilize your plants with it like I'm doing here, where I'm just putting it directly into the watering can and watering. But a lot of people recommend doing 1 part compost tea to every 4 parts water, so diluting your compost tea for your plants. That is entirely up to you if you want to do that or not. I didn't do it in this case, and I haven't done it in the past, but I think just to make it go a little bit further, I might dilute it in the future. I will say, once I put this on the pumpkin plants, I noticed the larger ones that I watered with this stuff, they grew really, really fast. So you can water all of your plants with this. You can do your chamomile, you can do your seedlings, you can do this, especially if you have like little seedlings in trays that need some fertilizer. You can do this on full-grown plants. It works really well. I have found that just in the short time that I've been doing this, that the plants seem to really appreciate this stuff. I want to give a shout out to these eggplants because look how big they are. I started them from seed back in February and they have gotten huge. It's like all of a sudden at the end of summer they just exploded with growth, and now they're covered in blossom. So I really hope they come in before it freezes. I will leave the instructions for this in the description box down below, so if you're interested in a synthetic fertilizer alternative, you can absolutely give this a go. And unlike synthetic fertilizers or store-bought chemical fertilizers, this compost tea will actually build your soil health over time and add into it, as well as giving your plants a boost of growth. Thank you guys so much for tuning in with me today. I really do appreciate each and every single one of you. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you all later. Bye-bye.